Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Govinda Vallabha Hare
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Vaishnava ki Jai. Nityanila Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Parivraja Shastra Sri Sri Aboy Chalana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityanila Pilaka Aksira Srila Deva Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityanila Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Parivraja Shastra Sri Sri Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityanila Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Parivraja Shastra Sri Sri Srila Bhakti Vimala Harijan Swami Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Paramahansa Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Madhumanda Kangal Maharaj ki Jai. Gaura Gaurani Hari Ram Sankirtan Yakya ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gauranga Radha Jamah ki Jai. So, today I want to speak a little bit about the orientation we have when we preach. What are we trying to accomplish? Opening new temples, selling a book, getting a donation, cleaning the kitchen, having beautiful gardens, except where it's supposed to be painted. There are two extremes. So, we belong to those painters who want to paint only that which is supposed to be painted. So, result-oriented is not fruitive. There's a different things. Fruitive, I do this only because I want to obtain this or that result from it. That's not it. That's not what we're looking for. We are looking for service-oriented, result-oriented, success. The best example is the kitchen. Those who are in the kitchen, they have to produce a good result every day. If they produce something very tasteless or not sufficient, there will be dissatisfaction in the temple, immediately. Immediately people say, well, how can we live like this without proper food? Like we have certain rules. Vrindakunja has the rule, no chili. But those who need chili, they can have the extra chili, we don't mind, but we don't want to force people to eat chili who cannot stand it. That is actually like you want to send people away. I have had many discussions with my Gaudiya Math fellows that if you want devotees to stay, especially foreign devotees, you better find out what they need to eat to be happy, what they need to hear to be happy. If there's no English classes, if they cannot listen to classes in their language, they're not going to stay very long. You can say, any sound vibration is transcendental, so just sit down and listen to the Bengali and to the Hindi, and maybe they do that for one day, maybe for 2 days. Maybe you get one guy who's going to stay all the time, and he may even end up learning the language. And that's okay, that's good. But those who don't understand the language, how can they maintain enthusiastic if they don't listen Vaishnava philosophy in their language? So everything is result-oriented. You want to produce a good food, a good environment, a good kirtan. For example, kirtan is also, you have to learn how to play the kartals in the proper rhythm. One pair of katas can destroy a kirtan and can also make it. The Vedanga, we have to learn Vedanga. And when there's somebody playing the harmonium in particular, the harmonium is not a rhythm instrument. It just gives some sounds, but it doesn't give them, it's not rhythmic. Vedanga and katas, they are rhythmic instruments. They give the bam, 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 or ta-da, 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 ta-da. Two typical rhythm which we use in the Gaudiya or in this one. So, is it bad to be result-oriented? Some people say, oh, don't be attached to the result. That's a good excuse for laziness. Oh, there's no result. Why are you so attached to the result? Because you're also attached to the result. As soon as we have no Wi-Fi in the temple, everybody starts complaining. Everybody starts complaining, oh, there's no Wi-Fi. I cannot find out about this. Nowadays, society is made in such a way that you almost depend on Wi-Fi or at least some internet connection. It's not nice, but that's the fact. You cannot reserve a train without that. Actually, the internet and they have made life to a certain degree more easy. To a certain degree. And to another degree, not. Because it becomes a slavery. Can you imagine what happens if the electricity is out and no batteries and nothing for 1 month? And everybody goes half crazy. The business stopped working, the power station stopped working, communication. Maybe there's not even somebody in the market. Or there's somebody in the market, but you can't take out the money from the bank because it only gets it by card. And there's no electricity, so your card is worth nothing. This is the problem in this world. A big problem that we are depending on external elements, but we are actually on a devotional path. That means we have to connect the material elements with the spiritual purpose. That means we have to be service-oriented. A service without product which is pleasant, which is up to the mark, it's not worth it. Now, how do you apply that in the practical life of our preaching here? I would say that our number one service is to make friendship with everybody. The newcomers and the old devotees also. Of course, there's a different way. You associate with all the devotees by offering service to them or trying to listen to them. You make friendship with people who are like similar like you on the path. You make heart-to-heart relationship. And you make friendship with newcomers who just walk into the door or like that, by extending your hand to them. Come on, grab my hand. You need any help? Come. Count on me. I'm your big friend here in the temple. You need anything, you call me. So if I come in the temple and I hear two devotees fighting about anything, this is not result-oriented. This is destructive. Who knows what they're fighting about? But just the fact that there's a negative energy, that's the others who hear it, they get also affected. And another thing which is also very undesirable, is politics. Politics in the temple. Srila Prabhupada wrote one book, Conspiracy in the Palace. That was when King Chitraketu got the blessing to get a son. And then he gave all the attention to the woman who gave the son, and all the other wives were neglected. So then all the wives went together and get very upset. Finally they said, the only way we can restore our dignity in this place is if we kill this child. You must have heard that story, no? It's right from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And they killed the child. And that was the enlightenment of Chitraketu, because then he could understand my son wasn't really my son. All his attachment to his son had been like, I, me, mine. My son, I, father, my kingdom, I will give to my son. Like Dhruva Maharaj, Suruchi. You cannot sit on the lap of your father, because you have not taken your birth from my womb. My son will sit there. Get down. Little Dhruva destroyed. What was that? Oh, that was a good lesson. A good lesson to learn. So, in this world, we are always striving to come closer to the perfection. But what's the perfection? What's the perfection of preaching? What's the perfection of eating? What's the perfection of talking? What's the perfection of studying? Everything has some perfection. Cleaning has some perfection. Administration has some perfection. Everything in this life has some perfection. And then there's lower degrees. Not so perfect, even less perfect, hardly perfect, just about acceptable, not really acceptable, not at all acceptable, destructive. Huh? That's how many degrees of service you have. Where's your quality of service coming in? How responsible are you? How creative you are? You go on Sankirtan with a bunch of books. Now it's your creativity how to sell them. You can just stand there somewhere in the street and hold the book. All day people walk by, in the night you came, nobody bought one. So then the people in the temple say, don't send this guy on Sankirtan, he's useless. Because he stands all day out there and he doesn't sell a book. Temple presidents have to be expert to engage people according to their capacity of producing a result. That is their duty. So, coming back to the point of politics. Politics are always there when your relationship with your guru is not clear. What does a relationship with the guru mean which is clear? That he wants something done and you also want to get it done. That's all. Then you are happy. And another person, they may like it or they may not like it, that's not your problem. Your guru told you something and you want to get it done. Now maybe the guru tells us you work with other devotees and you have to learn, you have to practice the skill of living together. Oh, that's not easy. The skill of living together with others. will reveal my mind to you. I escaped from the brahmacharya ashram. I didn't want to get married. No. But I could not tolerate the brahmacharya ashram. Because the brahmacharya ashrams were always so messy. It was always like you couldn't really sit down and feel like comfortable. There's an underwear hanging, somebody put the gamsha, the wet gamsha, somebody left the shoes right behind the door, somebody didn't arrange his bed and the bedding is still half done. It is like really, and brahmacharya ashrams are a real test. But it's good because living in your own room is also very bad. I never wanted people to stay in their own room because then you lock the door in Maya kingdom. Now I can do here whatever I like. And you also become messy. And you also become this and that. So especially devotees in the temple, they should always stay at least 2 people in a room. So that if somebody doesn't get up, they'll just say, Prabhu, sleeping beauty, Mangal Artik is coming. And then he goes, please not. Come on, are you here for spiritual life or are you here to have a seminary on sleeping? What are you here for? Oh, okay, I'm getting up. So that only happens if somebody is there. Nobody is there who's going to tell you. So living together with others is a big science. So back to the point of politics. I experienced that, after Prabhupada left the world, the offices, they became the headquarters of politics. People would go in the office and they complain. Oh, now this, now that, now what is happening? Now things are not like before. Now this one is disqualified, that one is disqualified. And we would talk so much politics. It was horrible. I tell you, it was horrible. There was no energy for preaching purely because we had all the head full of politics. Finally, I got to the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru and Sannyas Guru, Srila Bhakti Rakha Srila Maharaj. Finally, I got there. Because if you are talking with others politics, like criticizing each other and saying, we are not this because of that, and that is the fault of this one, and then the fault of that one, that is not preaching. That is we call it the anti-bhakta program. Anybody who is coming into this type of association wants to run away. Why should I tolerate people talking bad about one or the other? What kind of bhakti will I get there? So politics in the temple is not welcome. They are great disturbance. Prajalpa, gossiping. Oh, that's another tendency we have in this world. Have you heard what this devotee did there? You have not heard that? Oh, you better find out about it. I'll tell you, but don't tell anybody that I told you, yeah? Please, you must promise me. This is between you and me. And then you only understand half of it, and the next day you talk to somebody else. Somebody told me, but don't tell anybody that I told you, yeah? And it becomes like a turmoil, like a bad soup, like Vaitarani River or something like this. Horrifying. So certain things in a Vaishnava community make it difficult. The most important thing is, there's one more, I forgot. Envy. Oh, you are always with Guru Deva, and I am not. Oh, you must be some negative influence. Maybe you spoke bad to Guru Deva about me, and he never calls me. Guru Deva is traveling to Europe. Who is he going to choose to go with him? Oh, him. Oh, again him, always the same one. Why not me? I me, mind, vision, mission. That is destroying the preaching. Where this is I, me, mind, vision, mission, that will not progress. If you see that situation, get out of it. Make a move. Go somewhere where you can preach happily, facing Guru, caring for Vaishnavas, and maybe you have to take the charge. Maybe you have to take the charge. I learned most of my lessons, you know, from whom? From those who did a bad job. I was under GBC, long time. And he always would make fun of the devotees. If somebody was called Gopal, then he would say something derogative like come here, Gopal, or something like this. Like he would always change the names and make something like little funny, so to speak. But nobody likes people to make fun with their name. That's not nice. So, and then he used to treat people very bad. Anytime he would smash them, and I was looking at that. And I decided, I never want to be like this man. So in the end of the day, I learned from him what not to do. And I think that was a great lesson. Now I'm very grateful for having learned these lessons, that you don't give people harsh treatment. Nobody deserves a harsh treatment. We are all in Krishna consciousness as volunteers. So why should we give any bad feeling to anybody? Or why should we tell gossip to anybody? Or why should we share our politics with somebody else? Well, because politics want to be shared. There's a saying in English which says, misery loves company. Did you hear that saying? Misery loves company. If you have a miserable mind, you want to share it with somebody else to see if you can get some company in your misery. That is the birth of what this Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say. Memorize this. Nonsense thought breeds nonsense talk, breeds nonsense action, breeds birth, old age, disease, and death. So it starts in the mind, it goes over the mouth. So easy to destroy an atmosphere. I tell you, that is why the devotees are divided in so many groups. Because they don't have the skill of living together lovingly. If the Guru has the skill, he can have 1,000 disciples. And he somehow can manage them. Even though between the thousands, I'm sure there's many frictions and many things, you know. But the Guru sees, oh, there's a friction. Come here, my dear. You have some problem with that person? Yes. Okay. There's two ways. Number one, you start loving each other. Yeah, number two, get out of here and go somewhere else. Not many other things. You know what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur did? When devotees were in friction, he would sit the two in front of him, says, tell me all the good qualities of the other. Now the other, tell me all the good quality of each other. And they were like saying, Gurudev's listening, huh? And yeah, he's not bad, he's actually doing great. So, yeah, he's a great cook also, yeah. We ate a lot of feast. Huh? So after he speaks the qualities of the one and the other, and the Guru there says, now what? Now, dandavats to each other. now you hug each other. And now don't give more trouble here in the temple, okay? So that's how Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to solve the problems. Imagine our Paramadveiti. What does that mean? He also had problem with his people. Even with his people he had problems. And plenty of problems. One time Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, I want to sell the marble of the temple and print books because the devotees are fighting about who can use which room. Room competition. You see, these things are so simple things, but they are so important for the life. For successfully living together, they are so important. We don't know these skills, then we will not be able to live in a community, what to speak of creating a community. Creating a community of people where the people love each other. You see, even husband and wife, if they're not obeying certain etiquettes of behavior, then after some time, he or she decides, yes, he's a nice guy, but I won't tolerate him for all my life. I see no reason. Then people divide, even after having children. Already they got little children, and still they want to divide. That's how bad it is when we don't know the skill of working and living together. It's a great art, and the guru is the expert in that art, because otherwise how can he be a guru? If he's just going to have the people all fighting it out. And there's always the element of envy, politics, gossip, or straight Maya. Straight Maya. Don't want to get up. Don't want to be transparent in your dealings. Going out on Sankirtan, but not giving the Lakshmi to the temple, or only hiding something. All kinds of things like that. Everything has a scientific basis. And nobody can escape the law. Nobody can go into the rain and not get wet. Of course, if you take an umbrella. But if you go in the rain, you're going to become wet. So this is a great science. We are learning a great science, you know. And Prabhupada was the master of that science. But, nevertheless, Prabhupada had so much problems. How many of the chief disciples of Prabhupada let Prabhupada down while he was alive? While he was alive, they would let him down. So don't think this problem is only a thing because now our people are not as qualified as Prabhupada. That anyway we are not as qualified, nobody is qualified like Prabhupada. But still, Prabhupada wasn't top qualified, he also had the problems. But what I just discussed is the negative part. But now look at me. The negative part is this much. And the positive part is that much. But we are sometimes as stupid, we dwell all the time on the negative part. And we are not dwelling on the positive from our side. Krishna consciousness is so positive. Yes, there's some negative part. No doubt about it. So you have to learn how to tolerate, how to overcome the difficulties, and to do things to make the best offering for Krishna. Everything has to be on the basis of how to make the best offering for Krishna. Because that is the nature of love. The nature of love is you want to produce the best. You want to make something very nice. Like when we went to Kumudvan, they made so nice aloo parathas. And they gave such nice mango juice. And they don't have mangoes there. I don't see any mango trees. But that's so nice mango juice. And then there was yogurt dahi. And then they had very nice pickle, sabji, everything. And the nicest thing, it was given in such a loving atmosphere, like in a family. And then came the makan, homemade makan. So, that what means to do something. You want to make it nice. If you don't do a nice service, then people don't come back. They may say something or may say nothing, but... So also in our temples, will the people come back? That depends how we treat them. It depends how loving we are. Therefore I say in preaching, the number one issue in preaching is how to make friends. Heart friends. With the devotees. Or to speak with the new ones who come to us. And when we become friends, then of course we have to decide what kind of work we're going to do together. Like there's a saying, a friend in need is a friend indeed. And another saying says, a friend without need, he's a friend indeed. So applying that to devotees means we are together to do something for Krishna. If you need me, count on me. If you don't need me, count on me. I'm here for you. And that is family. I'm here for you. No, not I'm here for you. You have to be there for others. Who will help me? No. Like the people always ask me, how will I find that love which my heart is craving for? And my answer is, you have to give that love which you are craving for. That means you have to become a spiritual master. Like one of the greatest lessons for love is marriage. Because marriage is not a joke. Marriage is for the whole lifetime. Serving each other. That's a school of love. And when the kids come, all they do is scream and make everything dirty. But because there's love, then we tolerate that. We tolerate that. It's nice. Like little Vasudeva was throwing always something on us. And we enjoy that. Huh? Normally you don't throw anything on another person, but when there's love, you throw it happy. Throw it back. He throws it again. So this is what spiritual life is. You give love. our spiritual master gave so much love to us, we cannot believe it. That's why we are still here 50 years later. 50 years of going through amazing difficulties. But again, the difficulties were like this and the blessings were like that. So just you can focus on the difficulties or you can focus on the nectar. The nectar is huge. The difficulties. Okay. But you can be also in depressive mind and only think about the difficulties and then you want to run away. But the whole thing is that after marriage, children grown up, then where's my love going that time? Becomes difficult. Many people that are married, they only stay together as long as the children are small. As soon as the children are bigger and out of the house, they say, bye-bye, I'm gone. Why? We live together. I live together because of the children. I couldn't leave before. Otherwise, I would have not left long, long time ago. So the lesson of love is to be learned. And the lesson of love which you have to apply when you become a preacher, that lesson of love is very intense. The disciple or the guru and the disciple, he has to give so much love to the disciple. He has to teach him how to love his God brothers. Teach him how to love others by making new devotees. It's a great lesson to be learned. Whole life is a great lesson to be learned. So I will read a verse from Bhagavad because this is a Bhagavad class, but I introduced more or less the psychology of relationships. To have pleasant relationships. And some people, they have a bad upbringing. Like I had one devotee, I won't mention his name, he was a policeman before. And he was accustomed to tell people like, hey, do this, do that. Huh? He had the policeman style. After some time, the devotee said, we don't want that policeman anymore. We want you. And he could not change. Then they said, okay, now you go out, we do without the policeman. He had to go out. Start a new job. He's still trying. He's still trying. He was the boss, and he was not a bad, he was kind of good, like sometimes temple commanders. They're efficient, no? But he was efficient, but he was not kind. But finally the devotee said,